Ah, you've come to hear a story, haven't you? Sit closer, the fire will keep the shadows at bay. But beware, not all shadows are harmless. This tale, it's not for the faint of heart. It's about a man much like yourself, ordinary, grounded, and sure of what was real. But as you'll soon hear, reality, it can fracture like glass. Our story begins in a small, forgotten village at the edge of a vast forest. They called it Eldermore, a place where the fog never lifted, and the trees whispered secrets to those who dared listen. There lived a young woodworker named Elias, hands skilled in carving beauty from oak, yet a mind that yearned for something more. One evening, as Elias worked late in his dimly lit shop, he noticed something strange. His chisel, which he had placed on the workbench moments ago, was now on the floor halfway across the room. Strange, he thought. Perhaps he'd knocked it over. He shrugged it off, but then it happened again and again. The air in the shop grew colder, and the sound of the chisel hitting the ground began to echo, even when it didn't fall. Soon, Elias saw reflections in the polished wood, reflections of things that weren't there. A man's face, eyes staring back at him, but when he turned, he was alone. One night, unable to take the madness, Elias ventured deep into the forest. He'd heard tales of a place called the Shattered Hollow, a place said to hold answers to the unexplainable. The villagers warned him, do not seek the hollow unless you are prepared to lose yourself. But Elias, he was desperate. The forest grew darker with every step. The trees loomed like sentinels, and the path seemed to twist, leading him in circles. But then he saw it, the hollow, a clearing where the moonlight bent unnaturally, shimmering like broken glass. In the center stood a mirror, tall, ancient, and cracked down the middle. Elias felt drawn to it, as if it were calling his name. When Elias looked into the mirror, he didn't see himself. He saw a version of himself, gaunt, hollow-eyed, and smiling in a way that chilled him to the bone. The reflection spoke, "You are not the first, and you will not be the last." Before Elias could look away, the mirror shattered, and so did reality. He found himself back in his shop, but everything was wrong. The walls breathed. The tools whispered, and the villagers, they looked at him with fear, whispering behind his back. He tried to leave the village, but the paths always brought him back. Time passed strangely, days turned to nights in an instant, and his reflection in every surface was not his own. He became trapped in a reality that wasn't his, haunted by the choices he'd made. Elias is still there, they say, wandering the woods of Eldermore, looking for a way out. But the truth is, once you step into the shattered hollow, reality, as you know it, will never be the same. So tell me, traveler, how sure are you that this is your reality? Or perhaps you've already found the hollow, and you're just beginning to notice the cracks. Beware the shattered hollow. Once you see it, you can never unsee it.